Help Action Needed, a D&D podcast.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Help Action Needed, a D&D podcast. My name is Sean Hardy, and as always, I am joined by a cast of people. They are...
Hello! I'm Kate Pizarchik-Johnson, and I play Nori.
Hello! I'm Dan Johnson, and I play Cass.
I'm Julie Perez, and I play Frog.
Last we left our cast, they had spent a lot of time, some of them invisible, some of them disguised as people sitting outside of a church, going in, trying to infiltrate the office of James Whitmore, seeing if they could find any concrete information, as they continued to tell the princes a bunch of stuff, but never actually had anything to back it up other than personal vibes. They were able to infiltrate where they found a spirit guardian standing over the desk, and with a swift casting of a detect magic, Nori got rid of it. Good job, Nori. Amy helped us, figure out some stuff by possessing Frog and sending her kind of to an eternal abyss while Amy was in her body, but hey, that's what your patrons do sometimes. And we join the party now as they are heading to the pre-wedding celebration dinner the night before the wedding. So what would you all be wearing? What would you be doing? What would you be kind of trying to prep with each other? As this is your last chance to really communicate with the princes about what you want, what they want, and how everything might go down.
I think Nori would be wearing a mixture of her typical armor and clothing that she would have worn or would have been wearing, meaning like showing her devotion to Titania and not the Holy God Peace Church, whatever it's now called, and also doing something a little bit fancier, making sure that I would be fitting the theme, but then not trying to draw too much attention to myself.
Okay.
Yeah, same for Frog. She'd be wearing something a little bit fancier than her usual, but not anything to stick out. And she'd be carrying the letter in her breast pocket, hidden underneath, to make sure that she has that safe with her. And also probably would keep like a little dagger in her shoe or something, so just to be prepared.
And Cass would be just pretty much wearing roughly the same thing, probably just fancying it up slightly, doing his hair to a certain extent, cleaning, get all that stuff done while sort of just figuring out, similar to Frog, what he can sneak in without being conspicuous in terms of, is shit going to hit the fan?
Okay, cool. Then you all make it present your invitations, which in this case is more so like showing that your name is actually on the list of invites, are able to head in and get to like the table. It'll be the same table as the one you sat at last time. And it's easy enough to like get in. Frog, there's again a welcoming line for everyone to like go through and say hi and do all of the stuff you've now done 3 or 4 times. Well, for you all, just once more. For people that have been here specifically for the wedding 3 or 4 times already. But there's one more chance to do it. And while doing so, is that when you want to try and slip this letter, or do you want to hold on to it for a bit longer?
I will slip the letter to Dion specifically.
Okay.
As sneakily as I can. That way, if he goes to the bathroom or something, he can look at it and try to get as much information as he can as soon as he can.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check, please.
Okie dokie. A 18.
18. Okay. You feel pretty confident it was done out of you. And then as you all are done, like they gesture for you guys to be moved to like a separate part of the line, to like a smaller area where it seems to be like a private dining area for people that are more important. You're still at a table with a bunch of randos, but you're now like in a more secluded area where they can either like talk to you more freely, or at the end of the night can take you, and like it won't be as strange if people came and got you.
Okay.
Anything you all would want to do during the dinner?
Who would we be sitting next to?
Yeah, you're next to like people that the only people you'd probably recognize in the room would be Dion's aunt Shirva, who you all saw at the Winter Cottage. She's like at a table with people who you could assume are other family members. There's also just a bunch of other like people here. They all seem to be on Dion's side. There doesn't really seem to be anyone here for Julian. None of the 9 nobles that you were involved with are in this room. You saw them all in the other room last time. Archimedes is also still absent.
Okay. What I happen to know about Faye and about chatting with Titania a little bit about potentially Dion's heritage, that's who we think may be Faye, partial along the line, right? Or is it Julian?
You all never really had any conversation and then assumed it's Dion without ever asking for clarification any which way.
Okay, well, if we're under the assumption that it's Dion and there's more family members around, can I try and investigate or perceive any of the family members who may look slightly Fae-like? To see if I can see any resemblance?
Yeah, go ahead and do an Arcana check.
Oh man, I'm really dumb.
Others can aid you in this. It doesn't have to be just you.
I think I will.
Casting guidance would be suspicious.
Oh man,
Yeah,
fine.
that makes sense.
I'm assuming I'm sitting next to you, so I'm assuming
Yeah, all 3 of you in the same spot.
Yeah, so I'll assume that we're talking, and I'll help with this. You said it's an Arcana check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Frog, anything you were doing?
Yeah, I guess I can help with it as well, just in case.
Okay.
Since I am Fae, do I get advantage?
Yeah, you can have an advantage.
Frog is not helpful whatsoever.
What'd you get?
A 3.
Pete Frog got a 7.
With
Okay.
advantage, I got 17.
Okay. Yeah, looking around, none of them really seem to give off any Fae resemblance, any sort of energy. Like, you've now seen a couple of fairies that like live on the mainland when you met with the druid, and like you could just see like there was an innate connection to the Feywild just through the both of you. You don't get that from anyone in the room.
Okay. Well, fudge nut. I will look to Cass and Frog, and I will ask, do you guys have any other suggestions? Do you want... Or, what should we be doing? Are we just waiting?
Why are you whispering?
Yeah.
I don't
Nori,
know.
I don't know if you know this. Everyone else around, it's a wedding meal, so everyone is talking way too loud. Like, they don't understand that we could all talk normal volume, so you whispering not helping really anything.
Okay.
But we should just behave. And I'm just gonna look at Frog and not say anything else. Also, during the dinner, one thing, can we pick out the 9 people we were sort of trying to be wary of? Like, are they all present except for potentially Cassiopeia?
Yeah. You wouldn't have seen all of them by the time you guys got here. If you wanted to like venture back into the other side, you can. Because they're like in like the main area and you guys are sent to like the private back area. You could go look for them.
No, ultimately it's not important. We're just trying to more or less just keep tabs on roughly where they are. It's not like a critical thing. One other thing Cass would have been doing as well is just seeing if Jody Latif is here, the noble of Ansel specifically, and just keeping track of where she is.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh. 19.
Yeah, you saw her go through like the receiving line and she's like out in the main common area.
Gotcha. And she's not with anyone from the group, just sort of off doing separate things, it seems.
She's with her brother, but no one from the council, no.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was checking on.
Doesn't seem to be part of Team Evil Plans. Seems to just vibe, as one does when invited to a royal wedding that you kind of have to attend.
All right. Then I think we would just sort of fall in line, making sure nothing suspicious is happening, and keep an eye, or sorry, I guess I would just be keeping an eye out in case Julian or Dion make notes of any like sign towards us that they need something.
Cool. The night would pass. There'd be no immediate sign during the dinner because it'd be very strange for them to try and call any of you up to them or over. But you do get one of like the guards who came up from the southern manor, like they weren't teleported with you or anything, but one of the staff that you all are aware of comes up to you at the end of the dinner. Is like, the princes would like you to come enjoy an evening with them prior to the night closing if you have it in the room for your social calendar.
Yes! So excited! Let's do it! And I will go ahead and prance behind Frog and Cass.
Okay, well, we'll assume that she speaks for all of you then. You're welcome to follow me this way. And we'll like start leading you guys towards like a back room as everyone else is clearing out of the restaurant.
Cool.
Awesome.
Did anyone see us like get invited to go back? Or is anyone like watching us walk back? That anyone specifically as like one of the 9 nobles that
none of that, like they don't have access to this part of the place. Like they like how you would have to get out to go see them, they would have to come in here to come see you. But like everyone that's back here is watching you be privately escorted, but no one from the front half of the place could.
Got it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool. Then you get taken back outside, and then there are some cars, people that are being led to the castle together. You see that there are other people getting into them. It does not look like a kidnapping assassination car. No need to be suspicious of this man and his intentions, especially because, like I said, you know this guard from Solana. He's someone that like would have waited on you all when you were staying in the salon there. And you guys are arriving in the castle, where you get taken to like a private room, not that different from your guys' apartments at the like other chateau. And you're like, yeah, just feel free to wait here. Make yourselves comfortable. The princes will be in when they have time.
Much appreciated.
The 3 of you are left alone inside of another royal house with the hope you don't ruin it.
As soon as
we're
the
on
door
our best
closes,
behavior.
as soon as the door closes, I'm gonna look to Nori and be like, check it.
What? Check it what?
Make sure no one's listening to us.
Oh, I will perceive if anyone's Listen, I am so confused. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna pull up my pipe.
He wants you to cast
Magic.
detect magic.
Oh.
Pulls out his pipe and just starts lighting it up, knowing that it's going to be a relatively
I thought you meant just listening. Okay. Yes, I will ritual cast detect magic.
Nothing out of the ordinary seems to appear here. There doesn't seem to be anyone watching you.
And I'll tell Cass. No one's listening to us. They're just anyway, maybe we should talk more specific game plan of the exact bullet points we want to address with Dion and Julian. So we want to talk about the things that we handed over, heritage of Dion and maybe Julian. I don't know. And then what we should do, right? That feels like things we want.
Well,
discuss.
that, and also, again, we don't know, and this is sort of the big gaping plot hole we have here with this whole plan. We don't know what the ritual is. Like, I'm assuming it's something Fae related, but we don't know. Like, do you have any idea what it would be?
Would I have any idea what it would be? DM. GM.
No. Look,
Okay.
no. We don't.
I can commune with Titania and ask her.
How long does that take?
It can be instantaneous, right, John?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
if you're just trying to pray, or if you're trying to cast your commune spell or anything like that. Yeah.
Maybe worth doing then, just to, because again, the more information we have that we can give to them at this point, the better things can go. Ultimately, we need to help them prevent this from devolving into violence.
Okay, well, I can ask her 3 questions and she can basically answer me yes or no. So should I ask her?
I will, as soon as you ask this, I'll sort of look to Frog and be like, I'll let you two brainstorm. Like, are we in an interior room? Or are we, like, in an exterior? Oh, we're in an interior one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just going to walk the perimeter of the room to sort of see what's around. I'll let you guys brainstorm. I'm not great at those types of questions.
Okay, great. So we know that there has to be a sacrifice.
Yes.
We don't know if it has to be a willing sacrifice, or we did
Yes, we do.
establish
They said
has
it had to be willing.
Okay.
Does it have to be a human sacrifice, though?
Ooh, okay.
You don't know that.
Does
So we can ask that.
sacrifice equal human? I want to write this down. Human. Is the ceremony? I'm just gonna talk out loud. Tell me if it makes sense. Is the ceremony bound by the ritual act of Dion and Julian getting married? So, like, meaning they already were married, or they already are married because we did our shit.
Mm-hmm.
So does it actually matter that they're already married? So really the ritual that's going on won't really count towards whatever shit they need for the bad ceremony.
Yeah.
In a yes or no question form.
Yes. Or can we nullify the bad ceremony by one of you two disguising as the Fae?
I would stick with why don't you just go with, will the ceremony work if the ceremony in question already happened? I'm just going to say as I'm walking around the room trying to not get involved.
When we heard about this, when we went and looked at the letter, didn't it say, wasn't it just that all the people, everyone had to be in the same place, not necessarily the ceremony was the
No, you all assumed it was volume was more important. That was something that you all had thought something earlier and then combined them in your head, but it's not. That was not part of the.
Okay, that was not part of the thing.
message.
Okay, got it.
seeing Nori just blank stare at a page as she's trying to figure out the third question, I'll just come over and be like, why don't we just ask if the bonded, in quotes, like the two coming together, are harmed during the ceremony? Because that's a big thing. We need to know if Julian and Dion are going to get Theory hurt in any way from whatever they're planning.
Okay, perfect. I'll commune with Titania.
Okay.
And I'll ask the first question. Does the sacrifice for the bad ceremony need to be human?
No.
Well, that's sad. R.I.P. Archimedes. Will the ceremony work if the bonding of Julian and Dion had already happened?
Yes.
Shit. Okay. Are the bonded Dion and Julian going to be harmed by the bad ceremony?
The aftermath, possibly.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much. And I'll kiss my little silver pine cone. Aftermath. Maybe. Okay, so it does not matter if sorry. It does not matter if they've already been married. But I wonder if the half-fae, or if the fae and the human coming together, if one of you or someone else of a non-fae heritage is the replacement for whoever the heck has that fae heritage, maybe that could work.
Maybe.
In theory, I could commune with her again, but if we go balls deep in this, I'm not as powerful as I could be. Meaning, above table, obviously, I only have 2/5 spell slots, and commune, I think, is a 5th level spell.
Also, above table, if you spam commune, there becomes an increasing chance your god stops answering you because they get annoyed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, so I can agree to that. So
Also,
Yeah.
well, it's tonight. Things tomorrow.
I understand. However, we've learned that sometimes crap hits the fan when we don't want it to. So I'm just trying to be prepared. Cass.
I'm just gonna go over, put my hand on Nori's shoulder, and be like, just take a deep breath in of my pipe, and be like, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. I think you should make yourself a cup of coffee to calm down.
Okay, and I'll whip out my little rug that I have, and I'll start sitting down, and I'll make a little fire and start brewing myself a cup of coffee while we wait.
Okay, now that she's preoccupied, I think based on the answers
Real quick question. You're gonna set a little blanket stovetop coffee fire, despite there being a kitchenette. Just clarifying. I want to make sure I get that right for when the princes walk in. That's what you're doing.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Very on point for no.
And I just wanted to make sure. I'm not asking you to stop. I'm just making sure, despite there being a kitchenette, that you have chosen this path. Okay. Cass, what were you going to say?
That's a very good interjection. Sort of seeing this all unfolding and not having the brain space to even have that conversation. I'm just going to take one of the mending stones I have and just put it on the table next to her, knowing that she's going to cause damage and she needs to use this when she's done. But
I have made plenty of cups of coffee. I will be fine.
Anyway,
Yeah.
as you're
It would be at that point that you would hear a knock on the door, and both the princes and the brothers Seth and Alto will walk in, as they have been attending to them for the past 2 days as guards. So you go from having the 3 of you in the room to having the 3 of you, Dion, Julian, Seth, and Alto, as they walk in, just seeing Nori sitting there with a small flame on their floor. We won't even ask. Most of the building is made out of stone. If you burn it down, you can't get that far.
Don't act
Hello,
surprised.
everyone.
Don't
I'm not. I'm not. That's why I'm not asking. Anyway.
Well,
So who's ready for a wedding?
Nobody.
That's true. Is it really a wedding if it's already happened and therefore isn't real? I guess we don't really need to be ready for a wedding. Who's ready for just a bunch of people that have to sit in fancy tight clothes tomorrow?
Oh,
Even more, nobody.
we're so excited. I think we should chat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your note kind of seemed an indication to chat.
Frog, why don't you start?
nope.
Okay.
No. Mm-mm.
I shouldn't start. Cass, you start. Why do you want... Anyway, sorry. Cass, go ahead.
Sorry. None of us are great at delivering any kind of news, but Frog, sometimes you just, the tact isn't there. So, good news, bad news. You obviously read through the letter, so that's good. I'm assuming this is above table. I'm assuming detect magic is still, yes?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
and it's still nothing out of the ordinary, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Just wanted to clarify.
Yep.
So, like I said, good news, bad news. We have a general idea of what they're planning to do. We don't know. And I'm just going to look at Dion. Per our team, we don't know the specifics. We tried. And by we, I mean them, because we argued about how to open a door for about 3 minutes when we were invisible, but that's not the point. So there's going to be they're trying to do a ceremony that requires the joining of the human and Fae. And when I say that, I'm just going to look at the both of them, sort of spurring the first question of, that being said, I'm not trying to pry, none of us are, but is there something about your guys' lineage that we need to know?
Yeah, I think as you mentioned the human and Fae part, Julian under his breath goes, "That bitch," and seems to put something together from a very long time ago. But he'll let you finish your sentence of asking, like, is there anything else we need to know? And see if you had any other follow-up questions before he talks a bit.
So on top of that, Nori was able to get some information. Okay, Dion, I apologize. I know you don't want to hear this. There's supposed to be a willing sacrifice, which I get it. At a wedding, not ideal. Also, on a positive note for you guys, not for us, Archimedes is sort of abducted and could potentially be, and I know you don't like him that much, but we would prefer him not to be the sacrifice. But the third part that we learned is that the two that are joined in the ceremony may or may not be harmed. It wasn't clear but Nori, I feel like you can sort of speak more to that.
Just want to put it out there, from the meeting that we were a part of, it kind of seemed like whatever ceremony is going to be going on, you guys would then, or the current royal family would be dethroned, and James or Cassiopeia would somehow take the throne. So when we asked Titania, are the bonded going to be harmed by the ceremony? She said possibly by the aftermath. It could be that is the harm. Not necessarily you guys have any type of physical harm, getting a finger chopped off or whatever. But it may be you being deseated or dethroned, or your family. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And then...
Also, while Nori's sort of figuring out that next thought, I'm just going to interject and be like, James Whitmore, just to be clear.
No, we all know exactly who you mean. We also know that Nori has never had the ability to remember a single name. It's perfectly fine. Okay. Well, I guess that is a lot. And I guess we should fill you in on some things on our end. Nori, we might want something stronger than a coffee. They're going to send out for like several of like the nice palace bottles of wine and hard liquors. Before they like kind of sit around, and they kind of like look to each other. You can tell that they're talking in each other's heads, trying to figure out how to approach it and how to figure it out first. And then Julian will look to you, Nori, and be like, so, you remember the last time we all sat around and played a drinking game and you made us all wish for what we would be if we had the chance to do something?
Huh?
Do you remember what mine was?
No, I was too intoxicated. I'm sorry.
Do you want to try and roll for it or not? Either way, I don't mind.
Sure. I can try and roll
Okay.
for it.
Yeah, roll a history check.
Oh. Nope. I'm stupid as a
Okay.
rock.
Can I also
Cool.
try to sit?
I got a 16.
Nori was the only one that night not drinking heavily, which is
Oh,
why.
that's good
Yeah,
point.
and if we go back however many episodes, I gave Nori advantage on the check back then, and Nori failed it then. So Nori is still the only one that can have attempt this. But
I did get a 16.
okay, on a 16, you remember his wish was to be who he sees himself as.
I will relay this to him. So, who do you see yourself as? Do you want to be a little bit more specific?
It's not so much as who anyone would be, and more just be who I am right now. And not this person. And you see him change into an entirely different person. Or this person. And he's just able to cycle through infinite appearances before going back to himself. So, when I came here, I too am from the Feywild. You would probably, and you would know of changelings, Nori. You would know of the Fey. And when we met, I was in this appearance, and I left the Feywild looking like this, and this was who I wanted to be, and I had found who I was, and I didn't want to keep being in a spot where it's expected to always move on and change and reinvent yourself. And when I found someone that liked who I liked myself as, it solidified who I wanted myself to be. But there's a lot of people that are always looking out for things, and one of the easiest ways to hide it is to have a wizard come in and disguise it. If they do it long enough, it stays permanently disguised. And a young wizard noble, who at the time was a good family of the church and the crown, helped us with that. And I have a guess you know who that is.
James?
No, it's Cassiopeia.
Are we sure she's not evil?
Anyway, so she helped disguise it, and it was helpful for concerts to slip in and out without being noticed, and it was helpful for when you'd be driven out of a town and never really wanting to go back or needing to hide somewhere or pretend you were someone else. But I've never wanted to be anyone else since we met. And that's why I told you that night my wish would be to be who I was. And now it seems like they're planning to use that secret against us. One more time.
Just
So that's
a little
fun.
bit. I mean, it's like really cool to meet another Fae in the human world, or I guess in this realm. So,
Sorry, not the time.
Okay, I was just going to say, moving forward, an idea that Frog and I bounced off of one another is that in theory, this wonderful person to the right, Cass, and Frog, are both humans, non-Fae. So if a Fae is required to be a part of this ceremony, meaning you and Julian, you and Dion, getting together, one of them can be disguised as you?
I'm just gonna put out there. We are not the only people that know magic that will be at the wedding. and I want to say that we are probably not the highest level magic users by any means that are going to be at the
Oh
wedding.
no, I'm far better than Frog. Like,
First off, that's funny.
Rude.
Second off, is the wine here yet? Because I think we're all going to need it. But
yeah, it would arrive on a little like dolly tray as it gets like
Yeah,
a bar
I'd say-
cart is carted in.
At this point, I'm just like opening like a bottle for everybody, just being like, we're all going to need this. But it's not a bad idea. It's just it will be seen through too quickly for it to be impactful.
Can we somehow enhance the bracers that we have? I realize that it's like a free disguise self, but can we somehow enhance them tonight so then that way the person wearing them has more of an ironclad, this is the facade that...
It's not about improving them, I don't think, because just think about like when you use detect magic. It's just if you improve it, it will actually just show up stronger. It'll be like a brighter aura on me or Frog or whoever's using it at that point.
Well, Frog has like a little thingy to protect her from people scrying on her. Can't you just wear something along those lines?
Well, scrying and looking through an illusion are not nearly the same.
I
We
mean,
could
that's...
possibly use their own spell against them if you know it, and looks to Frog as the only wizard in the party.
Yeah.
Do you know the
I
spell?
suppose. The counterspell? What did you
No,
say?
do you have Nistrel's magic aura?
No.
Well, never mind, we can't use Frog.
I'm just gonna go over and just pat Frog on the shoulder and be like, they're just stressed. It's okay.
Yeah. It's fine.
Well, I suppose none of you have a advanced form of transmutation or polymorphic magic.
Well, actually, over the past few days, yes, I actually do. I can use it once a day. But
Dory will just start
I've
slow
never-
clapping for Cass.
I've never done it before, so I would proceed with caution with what you are going to ask.
How about we don't ask and you tell us everything so we don't forget to ask a little crucial part of the question there.
Okay.
Also, Cefanelto's eyes are wild. Like, they have had the most normal 2 days, and they're back with you all, and suddenly it's conspiracy plots and changelings and wild nonsense. These two brothers love you so much, but plan to never spend a day with you ever again.
So I took, just for background and clarification, I took the Eldritch Invocation Sculptor of the Flesh, so I can use Polymorph pretty much at, right now, 5th level once a day. So I can use it, but it was sort of my, if shit really hits the fan type situation, we can make things more interesting. But what is the idea with it? I've never used it, so I don't actually know how it fully works. So it's like we could test it tonight, technically, if we wanted to.
So above table answering those questions, like how it works and stuff, one, you would know it would only last an hour, and two, you would know it doesn't work on shape changers. So you couldn't cast it on Julian at all.
Correct.
But you could try and make Dion not human, but without it being true polymorph, I don't think you can.
I think you're right. I think it's So I don't think it would work.
Has a it also, you would need to make it lower than his paladin level, so would be very hard to get him into something that could be a presentable creature at a wedding.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, but also thinking, I guess, so if we were to use like the what are they called? What, I'm blanking on the name. The armband things. bracers, yes. If we were to use those, like, who's gonna say something? Like, I get that they would be able to tell, but, like, are they really gonna, like, incriminate themselves in front of all the people? Or are they just gonna kill us? Like, what do we you know what I mean?
I don't think they would outright kill us either. I mean, I'm gonna look to Dion just to be like, I don't think they have enough backing in that exact place to be able to pull that off per se. But I mean, so here's the thing. Dion, you know the list of people that we said were there, correct?
Yeah.
We don't know them all personally. I feel like you probably have a better understanding of who they are as people than we do. Obviously, they're not good people. But the question is, my thought with how we approach this and sort of need your guys' backup here is if we out James Whitmore first, we find a way to bring this to light and pretty much point the finger at him. I mean, from your talks with us about the nobles and how they sort of react, I would assume it'd fall like dominoes. No one's going to voice their support of this in front of everyone that would be at the wedding, correct?
That makes sense.
Dion, Julian, did you have any initial thoughts on what you wanted to do before we continue to spitball an idea for?
I mean, barring the question of is there any way that you guys could pull off near, like, cosmic level intervention? No. But, I do agree that, and also, if any of the three of you want to check yourselves on near cosmic level intervention, all three of you have something.
Yeah.
But he'll just continue on. I do agree that if it goes wrong, they won't all tend to the matter. They won't side with someone who has failed so publicly, and even if they did side with him, a small sampling of 9 people is not enough. I feel it's more a concern of what they're planning to bring about. That is what we would really need to be concerned with more than them themselves.
Well,
typically, like, a sacrifice is not just to do something.
Well, we did leave that part out, didn't we? I'm pretty sure. I mean, Nori, from what you told us, I'm pretty sure they're trying to bring back Archfey.
Gemini! So we definitely should not let this happen. According to Tanya, it would be no good, no bueno, no thank you. So we can totally... Yeah, yeah.
Well, and as
You all are crazy.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. However, we are trying to, like, kind of save the kingdom, and, like, you're...
we're not discrediting that. It's just the way you deliver information is, like, if this all went well, it would be custom that we reward you with, like, a spot on a royal council. None of you should give guidance to anyone. None of you should be in charge of plans. We will thank you in some way, but you are not getting positions of importance. Just be aware of that.
And with that, you are 100% correct. Just a little tidbit of information. This will make you feel better or drink more. Frog King, aka Archimedes, raised over 50,000 gold to save the Frog Kingdom. It is in our room at the inn right now. I just want to put that picture in your head. So...
What? Not all of it? We did spend some of it, and, like...
Nori, don't. He's not going to know the difference. It's fine. But again, just keep that in mind. Like, things have been weird since we got back.
Yeah,
and
raised as in the people gave, or some noble council was funding him, or
the noble
should we
council.
feel cool? So we don't need to feel bad about taking that then.
No,
good.
no guilt associated at all. They deserve exactly whatever is going to happen here. That being said,
Can
If
I go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Can I consult Amy Catonic on this and see if she has anything that can help me?
Yeah. You see her just like appear in the room next to you, and everyone goes, ah! Because Amy's
Great.
back. Dion is like, oh, Miss Catonic, I'm not sure I've ever seen you leave your home, other than for brief outings. How did you make it all the way here? And then, like, sees the connection, remembers you panickingly bringing everyone there the next day. Okay. Anyway. Whatever. And then you wanted to ask Amy if she can help in any way?
Yes. So,
Oh.
go ahead.
Well, I mean, again, it's not my ground to get involved in the actions of humans. I am more to be here when everything ends, but if you really need some sort of interception, I'm sure we can come to an agreeable term.
What might that agreeable term be?
Oh, I don't know. It would depend on what you're asking.
Okay.
However, all three of you are very adept at making contracts or commitments to beings much greater than yourselves. I'm sure there are things the others can do before you do more for Jenna. Despite it being more noble than last time.
Wait.
No,
Hold
no,
on.
no. Can I send her away?
Are you going to try and banish your patron?
No. I'm
I'm
telling
gonna-
Lori to hold on.
Oh,
I was like,
I'm asking Frog. I'm asking Frog if she's trying to banish her patron.
No, I'm not trying to banish her. I'm just going to say, okay, thank you very much. We'll let you know if we need you. And then see if she leaves.
She's not leaving, because
Great.
the attention in the room is on her. She's not just leaving because you got weird.
Well,
Cass,
hold
what were
up.
you saying?
Real quick, Frog. Is this another thing that you maybe didn't tell us? Wait, hold on. Does Nori know whatever was just talked about?
No one knows why.
You know what? That's not the problem right now. We're gonna talk about that later.
Please. And I'm going to move my little fire aside and take up my silver pine cone on my little rug and attempt divine intervention in hopes of change.
Rolling. Yeah, well, if you roll a 10 or lower, you could pretty much call on your goddess, or in this case, she's not a god, but you can call on your patron to do whatever you want. So roll a D100 or the percentile die and a D10.
Yep.
And go for it.
This one and
This is a D10. Oh, this is a D12.
those two.
Oh,
And it
okay.
needs to be.
Yeah, I fully understand.
You can roll the first one first. Okay.
No, roll. Yeah, roll. Well, yeah, roll that one. Roll it on this so we can actually see it.
No, it's a 30.
Yeah, so it fails. But what does it look like as you try to contact Titania for real? Not just through prayer.
I'm holding my silver pine cone and having like some incense go above it, and then when it doesn't work, the incense just goes and like disappears. I'm like, oh, okay, sorry,
Okay.
Frog. But I'll gladly try and help out. If there's anything miskatonic that I can do, let me know too. And I'll just like scratch my head.
Really quick, sort of seeing Nori not succeed in what she's doing, unfortunately. I'll look to the group and just be like, just give me 1 minute really quick. And I'll actually go just to the corner and just see if Seth and Alto will come with me really quick. I just want to have a conversation with them in private. Well, I mean, if the others here, that's fine, but I want to try to have it as private as possible.
Yeah, they're also like the room. It's like pretty much a scale replica of where you all stayed in the past. You can go into like what would have been your room with the two of them and have like a close private conversation.
Yeah, and I was like, I probably would just pull them into a separate room really quick just to talk with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming They're willing to come, yes.
Oh yeah, they follow you in, yeah.
Okay, so obviously I have talked more with Alto, so I'll direct it more towards him, because why not? And be like, now, I don't know exactly what would happen if we stop this from happening, because I think we've already determined that your guys' link situation is tied to the Archfey. That being said, if we completely stop this from happening, I don't know if your connection would maintain, if both of you would just pass away. Again, in my head, I have an option to potentially stop this situation, but I was trying to save that to save you two. So, are you guys okay with, if the worst case scenario happens and your link is broken, are you guys okay?
The assumption would be if it fails and nothing changes because it's the same as it has always been. But we accepted our fate long ago. If we've said it that if we go down, it's okay, because even I was meant to be dead by now. Age is no one's friend, and I have unaged for long enough that most families would be 2 or 3 generations down by now. And if it means that I have to go on alone, that's much harder, but it's still a choice that we've both accepted.
I know, it's just, I know you guys have both accepted your fate. It's more, I haven't. You guys, whether
yours to choose.
I know, it's just, you guys, whether any of us have actually told you, have probably been the truest and kindest souls we've met throughout this kingdom, and I would prefer to not see anything happen to you. But like I said, if I do this, and Nori's just laughing from the background because Cass said doo-doo. If I do this and we have an option potentially down the road, I'll do whatever I can to try to make your lives more normal, ultimately. But I just don't want...
The most normal our lives could be would be you all stop getting involved, honestly. But we appreciate the sentiment.
Cass would laugh and just put his arm on Alto's shoulder and just be like, well, regardless what happens, just know I am thankful to have both of you here. So, and with that, I'll just sort of walk back to the room and come back in and be like, okay, so Frog, I know Amy's still here, so
hello.
If you don't want to hi Amy. If you don't want to have that conversation right now, I do have, and I'll pull out just from my my robe clasp. There's 2 pearls. One's pearl power, one's the black pearl that I received when we relit the lantern or the base, and it's the black one. And I'll be like, I do have this. To the best of my knowledge, this contains more or less a wish spell from the lighter side of my patron. So, if we think this is the best approach, I'm willing to do this, but I just want to make sure this is going to solve the problem. So ultimately, my thought is using this, and I'll look at Julian and be like, this requires your confirmation too. I believe that I can, if you would like, change you into the person you are now and wanted to be.
Yeah, I think you just see like a bit of awe, not like the good awe, but like awe of like confusion and like choice paralysis kind of go over both of them. And Yeah, he kind of just looks to you, and then holds Dion a lot harder, and is like, yeah, if you want to give up a powerful artifact to do that, that kind of sounds like it would fix all of the problems that you all were talking about, but also I understand if it's something that's a gift directly from who part of you is and you don't want to give it up, that no one would fault you for that. But if it would really let me be myself, then I would owe you far more than any stupid council position.
Well, and with that, I'll just sort of laugh to myself a little bit and be like, you guys have to remember, I grew up in Ansel. I was for lack of a better term, I was a country bumpkin for most of my life. I don't know why I deserve to have this first and foremost. Nor are you good?
It's just country bumpkin anyway.
So, I don't think there's anyone more worthy outside of this room that I could use this on in a meaningful way. Let me put it like that. Because yes, I could wish for something stupid, something I don't need, but this seems important. This seems like the right thing to do. So again, I'm fine doing this. All I would ask, and this is to everyone in the room, that, and I'll look back to Seth and Alto, it's like, I would like to bring these two back to their own people, to their own persons at some point. And Frog, I know you've had conversations about this too, just trying to figure out how we can help them as well. But Dion, Julian, you guys have gone through enough as it is, and you guys have also given us more than you will ever give yourselves credit for as well. So I'm fine doing this if everyone else is fine doing this as well.
Yes. I also have some making up to do probably with Soph and Alto, so I will gladly make sure that I do all that I can to help them, if that was your kind of intended target initially, so to speak.
That was initially what I was wanting to use it for, but they are okay with it as well. But before we do anything, Amy, can I address Amy directly? She's here, like, in the flash.
Yeah, she is physically, like, she's sitting down with a cup of tea, just enjoying the conversation happening around her.
So, Amy, I want to clarify something. This is not going to break anything, right, if we do this?
No. I have offered the brothers a path through myself, and they just chose not to accept it. They also could choose to accept it now, and we could see the change of it, and Cass, you have given far more than anyone to most of the world. You say that people don't give themselves credit and that you are a strange countryman, but your order has kept the family running for a while. You have raised funds for towns you do not even know. This pearl that you have here is, I imagine, from your patron, but it is not one of its kind. We could get you a second.
And I think that is something we can look into past this conversation. But
it would take me like 30 seconds, but okay. And she'll just go back to drinking her tea.
Oh my god.
Just gonna look at Frog and be like, just, can you remind me of that later? We have other things we need to attend to. But that being said, I'll look at Julie and be like, are you sure this is what you want to do? Because again, I've never done this, so if you come out like disfigured or whatever, it's like, I'm gonna do my best.
You won't.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
Then I would sort of clutch it in my hand, sort of just thinking about the idea of, and as I'm doing this, I'll open my eyes again really quick and look at Julie and be like, so you want to look like this the rest of your life? This is what you want?
How about I do it?
Oh yeah, that's a way better idea, actually. And I'll just
Yeah.
give him the pearl and sit back down.
Yeah. You just see him like take it in his hand, and then it starts glowing a very dark, pulsing like black color that then like seems to just like it's there, and then it fades away, and it's not there, and then it seems to just like wash over him, but nothing seems to change. Which for you all is a good sign.
Yes, that is.
Did it work?
You see him like put his hand out and try and change it, and it stays human hand.
Well, this will be an interesting tomorrow, right? Do we have anything else we want to talk about? Or I think maybe we all have a wedding to attend / to perform for you both tomorrow.
There's still things that we need to discuss. I'm as glad as I am that Julian, this is sorted and just between two of us, or the three of us, and I'm talking to Dion and Julian. This will probably be my wedding present. I apologize, I didn't get yours finished yet, but just as an FYI. But I'll look more seriously after that. Go ahead.
That's perfectly fine. I think, honestly, I mean, it's really good, but it would have been great after the wedding night because the adaptability was really fun. But anyway,
I'm gonna just take a big sip of the wine that I've just been drinking slowly and be like, we're gonna move past that after wedding conversation for sure. But gonna look at Dion and be like, this solves the ritual problem. This does not solve the James Whitmore problem, but the underlying issue is gone. So that being said, with the evidence you have, can you take care of that? Or what do we need to do?
I imagine we can take care of it. As well, we could put him in prison, of course, and that, however, if we do it publicly, would discredit the church and cause a whole sweeping wave of retaliations of some kind. I'm not typically one to advocate for violence, but... And lets the sentence hang in the middle of the air.
I mean, I would agree. I'm down because the church just has had issues, but I also don't want to ruin your day. I know this is a formality to you, but in the eyes of the country, this will be your wedding, and I don't want it to be tarnished by whatever could happen. So I would propose we ready to go.
There are several backup cardinals ready to fill in the role of a high cleric should it need to happen before the ceremony, or could let it go off as intended and nothing happens on their end, and it's not hard to imagine where they would try and go back to talk about their plans and ambush them in their own hideout. Again, I would never advocate for violence, especially not against the church, as the head of the country and therefore first paladin of the church. I would never advocate for this.
Okay, so...
And then Julian's like, oh, I fucking would.
Okay, so for clarification, we could essentially take on one person versus like 9, right?
Mhm.
1, 9. We probably want to go with the 1. Just an idea.
I would agree. I think if that would be the cleanest. So, however, Julian, Dion, it's your wedding. You tell us what you want.
Yeah. For the sake of the country, let's have the wedding as intended. And then when it doesn't work out in their favor, we can clean up after. It'll be a fun first act as the official couple, making sure that we have a better world for everyone as intended.
Thank
And you see, like, there's a really, like, kind of dark joy in his eyes as he's saying that. like, he's been, since Nori, since you rocked his world the first time, he's been in a dark place, and then Frog continued to fuck up his world and his worldview, and then, like, he kind of, like, lost everything, but then he found, like, his true oath is just to his husband and that the love that they have for each other and that it makes the world better. And you just kind of see, like, that present in a really, like, not harmful, but definitely dark way of, like, I can have a lot of fun with the person I love making the world better if it means I get to kill this guy with him. Like, it's got a bit of a malicious tint to it.
Okay, well, having noticed that, on that note, I think we need to close this evening with a little cheers to the happy couple and go the fork to bed.
The fork?
The fork to
Okay.
bed. Yes.
Sure. Yeah, and then you all are able to, I imagine you stay here and not go back to your house.
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing just before we do close scene, I would probably just go up to Julie and just again congratulate him on everything that sort of unfolded in the last hour. But I would just ask just to have the pearl back, just to put it back in my class, just since
you watched it like dissolve into the air.
Oh, it just disappeared completely? Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Never mind. Ignore that whole comment.
Yep. Yeah, okay, cool. Then yeah, you all are able to take a long rest. Amy sits with you until she is told to leave, or until like everyone else leaves. She's just like, "Ooh, I was invited to something." Because Frog did invite her to this conversation. So
Yeah.
if anyone wanted to ask her anything, she is there until like the things wrap up. Never drinks anything, never moves from her chair, is just sitting calmly drinking tea, watching the rest of you. But she is there.
I'll just look to her sort of as I'm personally leaving to go to the room and just be like, thank you for everything you said. And when I'm back in town, I'll talk with you again about finding another pearl potentially, but I'll make sure to bring my donation to the house as well.
Okay. The insinuation was not you needed to pay more. I literally could go grab one right now, but okay. And then like you'll just see her disappear and go back to her house. Yeah. And you all go to bed with the intention of doing an assassination tomorrow after a fun wedding. And I think that's a good spot to end the episode. So thank you as always, players, for playing. Thank you, audience, for listening. We are Help Action Needed. You can find us all across the internet at Help Action Needed on Instagram and Threads and Blue Sky and emailing us and commenting and liking and doing the stuff. You know it by now. If you've listened this far, you know that. I'm surprised you're honestly listening to this outro right now. Thank you so much for all you and your support of the show. We'll be back for probably one final episode before the end of our first series. Thank you, audience, for playing. Nope, fuck, I got that wrong again. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, audience, for listening. And as always, goodbye!
Good job.